Hi, thank you all for joining me today. My name is Julie from Indigo Handmade Design. Welcome to my channel or welcome back, my friend. So in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to crochet this boho summer top. This is a beginner friendly project. It's very easy to make. It uses basic stitches. You can do this crochet top with any kind of yarn you already have in your stash, and it is adjustable for any size. So I am wearing a size medium, but if you are working with another yarn, another crochet hook size, you can just adjust the length of the chain that you are going to make to your own size. It needs a multiple of 2 plus 1. Now so I've decided to turn my channel, so if you've already been here, probably you noticed that I'm also uploading some handmade jewelry, beaded jewelry, and I've decided to change a little bit the content of my channel, making all kind of DIY creating projects. Since I don't only crochet or knit, I also like sewing, DIY, all kind of stuff, making jewelry. And here is a quick look of the upcoming tutorial. So this is going to be a statement necklace. So I'm going to upload this necklace on Friday, so save the date and stay tuned if you are interested in knowing how to embroider on fabric to make a statement necklace. Okay, so with that being said, let's get the material list going and start with today's tutorial. For this top, I'm going to use this yarn here. This is a soft bamboo from Hobby. It is a fine yarn. It has 70% bamboo, 23% cotton, and 7% acrylic yarn. 50 grams, 180 meters, and you are going to need, for a size medium, 4 of these skeins. In addition to the yarn, I'm also going to use a 3mm crochet hook and a pair of scissors. And I forgot to mention, you are also going to need some stitch markers. So to get started, take your 3mm crochet hook, your yarn, and chain a multiple of 2 plus 1. So in my case, I'm going to chain 101 chains. You've made your chain, you are going to double crochet into the 5th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 5th one. And now chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next, and this is going to be your pattern repeat all the way down the first row. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. At the end of the row, you should have 1 double crochet in your last chain. Here I am at the end of the first row, so I'm going to skip 1 and then make my last double crochet into the last chain. For the second row, you are going to chain 4. This counts as a double crochet and as a 1 chain space in between. Turn your work and double crochet on top of the next double crochet. Chain 1, skip the chain and double crochet on top of the next double crochet, and this is going to be your pattern repeat all the way down the second row. Now let me give you a quick look on how to finish this second row. So you are going to chain one and then skip this stitch, this chain right here, and then double crochet into the next, like so. And now for the third row, and from now on we are going to change the pattern a little bit. So go ahead and take 2 stitch markers, so you can also count these little windows if you don't want to use a stitch marker for this row, but I'm going to put some stitch markers since I don't want to count. So I'm going to count now 15 of these little windows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I'm going to place my stitch marker right here. Okay, so I need another stitch marker. And then I'm going to go on the other side of the panel and count again 15 of these little windows. And place the stitch marker right here, because we are going to have these little windows only on the outside of the panel, and in between we are going to make V-stitches. Okay, so to start the row you are going to chain again 4 and turn your work and make 1 double crochet on top of the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet on top of the double crochet, and you are going to work like this until you reach your stitch marker. So of course if you are making a smaller size you are going to have less of these little windows. For a larger size go ahead and make more of these windows. And since I'm making a size medium, and it also depending on what kind of yarn you are using, so maybe you are working with a thinner yarn and a smaller hook, so you are eventually going to have more of these little windows. So here is going to be my last double crochet where the stitch marker is. Now I have 15, and now you can take your stitch marker out and now we are going to start making V-stitches. So yarn over, and in this one chain space, the very next one, you are going to make 1 double crochet, chain 1 and another double crochet into the same 1 chain space. Now you are going to go to the next 1 chain space and make a V-stitch. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and this is going to be your repeat until you reach the next stitch marker. So in each 1 chain space you're gonna be making 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. Okay, now once you've reached your second stitch marker, right here where the stitch marker is, you are going to make 1 double crochet and then chain 1 and go to the next double crochet and make 1 double crochet, chain 1, double crochet on top of the next double crochet, chain 1 and repeat. So this is this third row is the row you need to repeat all the way up until you reach your neck opening. So it depends on how how deep you want to have the neck opening. So in my case, I'm going to work for a total of 40 rows for the front panel. So this is the third row, right? So I'm going to make 40 rows in total, and then start working on the neck opening. I'm going to do this off camera, and then I'll meet you back once I have these 40 rows done. And I forgot to mention, so when you're on the other row, so you are going to make your V-stitches on top of the V-stitches from the previous row. So you are going to work in this one chain space to make your V-stitches. Now for the front panel, once you've made your 14 rows in total, so I'm making a size medium, and you need to count from down here for 40 rows in total. I've put 2 stitch markers for the neck opening to shape the neck opening on front. And to do this, I've counted only my V-stitches, 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and placed a stitch marker, and the same on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, place a stitch marker. Now this little opening, I'm going to give you some measurements. Measures 10.5 centimeters. Now this yarn, it is very stretchy, so I don't have to worry about a too small neck opening. Now let me show you the back panel. So for the back panel, obviously I've made more rows. I've made in total 47 rows, and then counted 6 V-stitches, placed the stitch marker, 6 V-stitches, placed the stitch marker, so that the back panel looks like this in the end, and the opening is so from shoulder to shoulder I have 18 centimeters. So for the back panel, make 47 rows, and then you're going to start decreasing, and I'm going to show you next how to decrease. And then making your decreases, you are going to work 5 rows in total, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then fasten off on both sides. And if you have started with the front panel, so you need to work your 14 rows, and then we are going to make decreases only on the inside of the panel. So you are going to start as usual with a chain of 4, then turn your work and make 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet with a 1 chain space in between, and then your V-stitches. And I'm going to meet you back here to show you how to decrease. So I'm now at the end of the row. So right here where your stitch marker is, you are going to make only a V-stitch. So you are going to finish this first row with a V-stitch like this. Now you are going to turn your work and slip stitch in your V-stitch, in your 1 chain space. You are going to chain 3, this counts as a double crochet, and you are going to yarn over, and into the next V-stitch you are going to make a V-stitch. Like this. And now you are going to continue down the row by making first your V stitches and then your double crochets with a 1 chain space in between. So this is your second row, or if you are counting from the beginning, this is going to be row 42. Now for row 43, you are going to start the same, chain 4, turn your work, double crochet on top of the next double crochet, chain 1, double crochet on top of the next double crochet, and work like this till you have like 2 stitches left. So I'm going to meet you back here. Now for row 43, you are going to make a V-stitch on top of the last V-stitch, and that's it. For row 44, it's a repeat of row 42, so turn your work, slip stitch to your 1 chain space, chain 3 to step up, this counts as a double crochet, and make a V-stitch on top of the next V-stitch, and then 1 V-stitch on top of the next V-stitch, and continue like this till the end of the row. Now for row 45, and this is going to be your last decrease row, you are going to chain 4, turn your work, and then again double crochet on top and chain 1 in between, and you are going to end this row 45 with a V-stitch on top of the last V-stitch. Now to finish off this side of the front panel, so you still need to work 7 rows in total without making decreases. So for this you are going to turn your work and then slip stitch in your 1 chain space like this, and we are going to start now with a V-stitch. So you are going to chain 4, this counts as a double crochet and a 1 chain space, and then make another double crochet into the same 1 chain space. And this is how you are going to start the row when you are on the inside of the panel, and on the outside of the panel you are going to start as usual with a chain of 4 and double crochet on top of the next double crochet, since you have on this side these windows. So I'm going to work now off camera to finish off this side of the front panel, a total of 7 rows, and then I'll meet you back again to show you how to start decreasing on the other side of the panel. Now let me show you how I'm going to also close the front and the back panel together. Now I've finished one side of the front panel. Now I'm going to lay the front and the back panel together, the wrong side facing each other. I want to have the seam on the outside of my work. So for this, lay front and back panel together. Now if you want, it's up to you, you can just sew shoulder parts together on the wrong side of the work. This is how I want to finish my top, to have all the seaming on the outside. So I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to go into the double crochet on the front panel and look for the third chain here on the back panel, and make a single crochet. So I'm going to single crochet the shoulder seam. Now you will have here a 1 chain space on the front, on the back panel 1 chain space and single crochet, then double crochet, the back panel, double crochet and single crochet. So this is how I'm going to work to make the shoulder seam. And once I have this done, I'm going to chain 1, fasten off, weave in the loose end on the back side of the work, so on the wrong side of my work. And I'm going to pick up with you on the other side of the front panel. Okay, so this is how my seaming is looking like. Now to start on the other side, so we are going to start on the inside of the panel, so on the neckline. Now go ahead, take your yarn, make a slip knot, and you are going to rejoin your yarn right here where your stitch marker is. I like to rejoin with a single crochet, but you can also do a slip stitch. And then I'm going to chain only 3, since this single crochet counts for me as a chain. And you need to start with a V-stitch. So I have my double crochet and my chain 1 in between. I'm going to make another double crochet into the same 1 chain space, and then go to the next V-stitch and make a V-stitch. And this is how you are going to work all the way down your row. So you are now at row 41 on the front panel, and you are going to start on the other side with a chain of 4 and make your double crochets on top of the double crochet, chain 1 in between. And I'm going to meet you on the other side right here to show you how to finish the second decrease row. Now to finish this side of the panel, the second decrease row, I have here from my previous row 2 V-stitches. Now in this next one I'm going to make a V-stitch, and then in my last one I'm going to make only 1 double crochet. And now I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to slip stitch the first double crochet from the V-stitch, and then also into my 1 chain space to be able to step up with a chain of 4, which is a double crochet and a 1 chain space, and then finish my V-stitch. So see, this is how you are going to decrease on this side of the panel. So you are basically going to do the same but on the reverse side. So this is easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? So I'm going to finish my front panel of camera, and then I am also going to make the side seaming. So I'm going to leave about 18 centimeters for the armhole, and then start making the side seams. And I'm also going excuse me, sorry about that, I'm losing my voice. So I'm going to close the side seam also with single crochets on the right side of my work. because we are going to need these single crochets on the side to attach the tassels. So I'll meet you back once I've made the front panel and shoulder seam and side seams to show you how to work next, how to finish the top, and how to make and attach the fringes. Okay, so once you've joined shoulder seam together, you made your shoulder seam, and also I've made one side seam. Here is my second side seam. So I forgot to mention before, in each double crochet row you should put 2 single crochets in there. Now I'm on the armhole, and what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to work around the armhole 1 row of single crochets. So make 2 single crochets in each double crochet row all the way around to have more like a finished look. And then once you've made this on one armhole, you are just going to chain 1 and cut your yarn. You can leave a longer tail. Since we are going to attach fringes, you don't have to weave your tail in. And then you are going to go on the second armhole and do the same. Just for the reference, so I said I want to have a armhole for about 18 centimeters, and I've counted 15 double crochet rows and placed a stitch marker, and then I've started single crocheting to close front and back panel together. Now I'm going to start on the left hand side of my top. So this is the front panel, so you are seeing this on the reverse side. So this is going to be when I'm wearing like so. So this is going to be my left hand side, and I'm going to reattach my yarn with a single crochet right here in this V-stitch. And I'm also going to make 1 row of single crocheting all the way around for the neckline by making 2 single crochets in each double crochet row. So the same that we did for the armholes. Now I'm going and finish this off camera and meet you back again for the last touch. Okay, so I've prepared myself a piece of cardboard that is 15 centimeters in height, and I'm going to use this cardboard here to create my fringes. So take your yarn and your cardboard, and you're going to hold the yarn down here, and you are just going to wrap around the cardboard to make your fringes. And this way you are going to make sure that all of your fringes have the same length. And since you do need a lot of fringes, this is the best method to do fringes. So go ahead and wrap around the cardboard. So just for tutorial purpose, I'm going to stop now here, and then we are going to cut your yarn. And now I'm going to go down here and cut all of my yarn wrapping like this. And here I have some fringes. Now we do want to attach these on the side, so also where the armhole opening is. For the armhole you are going to attach on the back and also on the front panel, and on the sides you are obviously going to attach only where your single crochet seaming is. So I'm going to take 2 strands, fold them in half, and then go in my single crochet, pull through. I have this loop right here. Now I'm going to take the tails and pull through the loop that I've just created. Give a little nice tug, and while you're pulling at your tails you should hold your work so it's not going to stretch too much. And again I'm taking 2 strands, fold them in half, and I'm going to skip 1 single crochet and then go into the next. Pull the loop through, pull the tails through the loop, hold your work and give a little nice pull. And basically this is it. That's all you need to do. So 2 strands, skip 1 single crochet into the next, pull your loop through, pull your tails through the loop, hold your work and pull. So remember, on the armhole you are going to work on the front and also on the back panel. If you want, you can also attach some fringes on the shoulder seam. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do this, but you are going to see once I finish attaching fringes on the side. I'm going to decide this later on. Thank you all for watching and for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Leave me a comment down below what you want to see next, if you have any special request, and don't forget to subscribe, like, share and ring the bell. Bye bye.